friends, welcome, and welcome back if you were picking along on the slow jam with us. Great to have you here on a cold, wintry Monday night here in Colorado, where I am in Boulder County, Lafayette, the north side of Lafayette, very close to Erie, very close to Weld County. And we are in the mid-tempo jam now, so we're going to be picking up where the slow jam left off. And we have a bunch of requests. I put out a little post for requests last week and got a handful of them, and have incorporated most of them, all of the requests that I felt were appropriate to this format, into the set list. So we're going to start with a very cool song that was requested by a friend in England, and I did not know this song before. It's pretty rare that I get stumped on songs that I never even heard, and I don't remember ever hearing this song, but it's become one of my favorites. I absolutely love this song, Eastbound Freight Train. It seems as if Grandpa Jones did the original, and not long after that, it was recorded by Reno and Smiley, and that's kind of the version that I took to. And here's what we're going to do. The chorus is a simpler form than the verses. It's all pretty simple, but we're going to use the chorus form for our kickoff and for our solos. And it goes like this, in the key of G. 2, 3, 4. 1 and 1 and 4 and 4 and 1 and 1 and a 5. Back to the 1. Eastbound freight train. 4. Eastbound freight train. 1 and a 5 and a 1. Okay, so that's going to be our form for the kickoff and for the breaks or solos. Okay. And if I'm kicking it off, I kind of just went ahead and grabbed the Don Reno kickoff because it's so good. And he uses the same thing for his guitar break as well. And it goes something like 2, 3, 4. Let me try that again. I'm going to do some pickup notes. It'll go 2, 3. Just sounds like a freight train rolling along the track. Okay, so I'm going to run you through the verses here. It goes 1 and a 5 and a 1. 1 and a 5 and a 1. To the 4. 4 and a 4 and a 1. The 2 dominant, or the 5 and the 5. To the 5. Keep going. 1 and a 5. 7, 3 dominant, back to the 4, and a 1 down to the 6 dominant, 2 and a 5 and a 1. So it kind of goes around the horn a little bit on those verses. All right, so here we go. Why don't you go ahead? I'm going to take a quick look and make sure this thing is working, because you just never know. Again, thanks to everyone who watched the Electric Trio concert yesterday online, and those who joined us in person in Longmont at Whidbey Brewing. It was really fun, but we had a serious malfunction in the technology, and we couldn't get the stream started till about 45 minutes after our set time. But that video is up on the page if you missed it, and I encourage you to watch it if you like that kind of music. Okay. So I'm going to open this so I can see everyone's comments as we go. And here we go. Why don't you kick us off? Let me find a tempo. And we're going to keep this nice and rollicking, you know, like the train got to be going slow enough that you can jump it, right? Train, eastbound freight train. Okay, right about here. So you go ahead and kick us off. Eastbound freight train, key of G. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. never was so far away. Now I can hear that freight train a-blowing. I'll be gone before the break of day. I'll have to quit my daily rambling. So tonight I'm gonna start my journey back, sitting on the top of an old boxcar, sailing down that silver stream of track. Chorus. Eastbound freight train, eastbound freight train, take me home again. Eastbound freight train, eastbound freight train, let me stay till the end. I'll play it. Now I'll never stray far from my hometown, never leave again to roam. I know that I was born to wander, but I'm gonna stick around my home. Now I can see the smoke a-rolling out on that old smokestack. I'm sitting on the top of an old boxcar, sailing down that silvery stream of track. Chorus. Eastbound freight train, eastbound freight train, take me home again. Eastbound freight train, eastbound freight train, let me stay till the end. To play it. One more chorus. Eastbound freight train, eastbound freight train, take me home again. Eastbound freight train, eastbound freight train, let me stay till the end. What a good song. Well, thank you for that request. Awesome. And if you don't know the Reno and Smiley version, I would check that out. His Red Smiley's singing is just impeccable, and it's just a nice, easy tempo version of the song. It's just great. Okay, Standing on the Mountain, another request that came in by Jim and Jesse McReynolds. I love this song. I've done this before, and this was another good reminder of a song that I used to sing, and it's been a long time. So, in the key of G, it goes 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and 1 and do 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 da 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 to the 4, 4 and 1 and a 4 and 5 and a 1. Okay, that's the whole song. And if I'm kicking it off, I'm gonna go. Something like that, okay? And this is a bit of an up-tempo kind of number, but we're going to keep it in the mid-tempo range. Estimating fair, right about there, okay? So why don't you go ahead and this is a duet throughout. So I'm going to try to keep the verses in order. Yep. Darling, will you marry me? Where the honeybees are buzzing. I just saw a whippoorwill. I would give most anything. So that's the order of the verses if you know them. So why don't you go ahead and kick us off here on She Left Me Standing on the Mountain, key of G. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Darling, will you marry me? I asked a maiden fair. Turned my back upon her. When I looked, she wasn't there. She left me standing on the mountain. She left me standing way up there. I'll play. Where the honeybees are buzzing round the flowers there, that is where she left me, in that mountain air. She left me standing on the mountain. She left me standing way up there. Play it. Favorite verse here. I just saw a whippoorwill talking to a bear. They were both laughing at you, giving me the air. She left me standing on the mountain. She left me standing way up there. I'll play it, then you. Tell me that she cared a little for this mountaineer. She left me standing on the mountain. She left me standing way up there. Jack, she left me standing way up there. Cool. Jim and Jesse. Now, if you're a mandolin player, I hope you're learning those the three note cross-picking pattern that Jesse plays on the mandolin. Really cool mandolin break on that song. Excellent fiddle. I'm not sure who the fiddle player is, but it's pretty phenomenal fiddle playing on that one. And of course, wonderful duet singing, as Jim and Jesse always did. Very cool. All right, who's with us? Hi, David. Hi, Anita. Hi, Colin. Yeah, Colin, you're the one who requested Eastbound Freight Train. Thank you for bringing that in. I'd never heard that dang song. Hi, Randy, the Lithium Waltz. Yep, Lithium Waltz. That was my little jazz version of the Nirvana song. James, Frank, from Rome, Georgia. We got a lot of people in Rome, Georgia. You must know my good friends Pete and Susie Gilbert. I hope you do. Hi, Amy from Richmond. David is back. David's probably doing that three note cross picking. Skip, thanks for being here. Hi, Bob. Yep, now that we're a bit warmed up. Cool. David Clark, thanks for being here. All right, here we go. Moving right along to Kentucky Waltz. This was another request. And what we'll do is we'll just kind of play this. Now what we might do is actually, I might just sing it one time through first to kind of make sure everyone knows the chord changes. Let's do that. I'm just going to sing the song once through, and then you'll know the melody and you'll know the changes if you don't know it already. And again, if you are totally unfamiliar with any of this music, kind of just mark this time on the video and come on back and find it again to review. So this is the Kentucky Waltz, written by Bill Monroe. This song kind of started the trend of state waltzes. This happened before Tennessee Waltz, before Hank Williams's Alabama Waltz. Bill kind of started that trend, as he did many trends in music. So, Kentucky Waltz, let's find a good tempo. Let's go a little slower than that. Oh, in that night in Kentucky. Let's keep it nice and slow. Give everyone a chance to kind of get a nice version of the melody. So I'm going to sing it. And I'm going to keep the changes pretty straight like the old bluegrass version. I know there's variations on this, right? But here we go. Kentucky Waltz. I'm going to sing it once through, and then you play it, and then I'll play it, and then you play it one more time. How about that? Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. We were waltzing that night in Kentucky, 'neath the beautiful harvest moon, and I was the boy that was lucky, but it ended too soon. As I sit here alone in the moonlight, I see her smiling face, Now, yeah, it could be a fun jammer, you know, if you really want to get inside the chord changes. I've just always kind of stuck to the melody on that one. Anyway, maybe we'll bring that up on another week here and extend it a little bit further. Good old song by Bill Monroe. Okay, coming up, Red Rocking Chair. Now, this was another request. Thank you for sending this request. And this is a song that has lots of different versions. So I kind of had to pick one. So the version that I grabbed was from the Mule Skinner live album with Peter Rowan singing and playing rhythm guitar, and Clarence White playing lead guitar, of course, Bill Keith and Richard Green on the fiddle. And it seemed as if this was going to be the best version for a bluegrass jam. Now the old time string band version of Red Rockin' Chair is completely different. I mean, the changes are different, the melody's different. And there's some really cool versions of that online as well. You know, Bruce Molsky, Brittany Haas, players who really focus on the old time sound. I used to do this song with Abigail Washburn ages ago when I was playing some shows with her. We sang this in China together. That was a wild time. But this is going to be the bluegrass version, and it's kind of based around an E minor chord, and it just goes from E minor to G, so it's like, ain't got no use for that red rocking chair, G. Ain't got no honey baby now. Back to E minor. Ain't got no honey baby now. That's the whole song. I'll rock the cradle, I'll sing the song. I'll rock the cradle when you're gone. I'll rock the cradle when you're gone. And if I'm kicking it off, I might go like, let's take it twice through. Give me a little more of an extended break. I don't know if you can talk while you're playing, but I sure can't. There's a movie on Netflix called The Queen's Gambit. It was a series, really, really, really good. Definitely an adult, not necessarily for kids, but it's a really cool film, and the mother plays beautiful piano. And she can somehow just talk, like right in the middle of playing this beautiful classical piece. And that is not me. Okay. Red rocking chair. Let's crank this up just a touch. And why don't you get ready to kick us off on the red rocking chair. Here you go. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I ain't got no honey baby now. I ain't got no honey baby now. I'll play it. Cradle when I'm gone. Who'll rock the cradle when I'm gone? Yes, I'll rock the cradle, I'll sing a song. I'll rock the Give it to your mama next payday. Give it to your mama next payday. I ain't got no use for the red rocking chair. Ain't got no honey baby now. Ain't got no honey baby now. I'll play one. What else can a poor boy do? What else can a poor boy do? Play it. Play another one. You can play one more. I'll spare you the Peter Rowan wailing and yodeling at the end. I think that's a cool version. I know there are so many different versions of that, and I'm sure in your jam circles you might have something slightly different. But I like that one. It's really spooky and really neat. That live Mule Skinner recording, it's on YouTube, it's on Spotify. They all play really cool breaks, and it's all kind of based around Richard Green's fiddle interpretation of it. And of course, Peter Rowan. I mean, you can't get much better as a vocalist and rhythm guitarist. And he sounded the same back then in the early 70s as he does today. What a hero. Okay, moving on, a Jimmy Martin song. This was another request. Don't fall in love with a Rambler. Don't do it. Just don't do it. And this is in the key of A. I'm in a capo here. I'm not sure who actually composed this song, but Jimmy Martin did the sort of definitive version of it. And of course it's been covered quite a bit. You know, Tony Rice brought it into the 70s modern age with J.D. Crowe in the New South. And then of course Keith Whitley followed up with his little tenure with J.D. Crowe in the New South, doing an excellent version. But let's go ahead and give it a try. In A. Don't fall in love with me, darling, to the 4 and a 5 and a 5 and a 1, 1 and a 1 and a 4. Don't give your heart to a Rambler, little girl. Or if you're a female singer, don't give your heart to a rambling little girl. Anyhow you want to interpret that. This is long before the Me Too movement, of course, but it is actually a cautionary tale from a rambling man to the woman. Anyway, here we go. This is just an old song. Don't fall in love with a Rambler. Now this one is actually a good bit slower. This will be the actual tempo of the song, just about. Don't fall in love with me, darling, I'm a Rambler. Maybe even ever so slightly slower. Okay? So this is a great song for the mid-tempo jam. We don't even have to really slow it down. So why don't you, if I'm going to kick it off, I'm going to go... banjo lick. If you're a banjo player, you know what to do. But whatever you're playing, why don't you kick us off here on Don't Fall in Love with a Rambler. Here we go. Key of A. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Although you're the sweetest sweetheart in this world, it's all for your sake, dear, that I'm leaving. Don't give your heart to a Rambler, little girl. I'll play. Well, I handed you a line, dear, and I'm sorry, but you're just a little sweeter than the rest. Believe me when I say I never hurt you or do anything to mar your happiness. Don't fall in love with me, darling, I'm a Rambler. Although you're the sweetest sweetheart in this world, it's all for your sake, dear, that I'm leaving. Don't give your heart to a Rambler, little girl. Play. If I'd never had the blues, little darling, or the lure of the road on my mind, I'm bound to hear the whistle of a freight train and the boxcars as they rattle down the line. Don't fall in love with me, darling, I'm a Rambler. Although you're the sweetest sweetheart in this world, it's all for your sake, dear, that I'm leaving. Don't give your heart to a Rambler, little girl. I'll play it, then you after me. Good old song. Thank you for sending that in. I don't remember who all requested what, but that was a good request. Cool. We got some folks picking along. Let's see. How's everybody doing? Anita, James, Hoffman, Caroline. Hi, Caroline. You playing along with us? Hi, Lee. Thanks for coming back. Lucy, first time. Cool. Thank you for picking along. David. Yep. David is our ambassador. Russ and Steph. We play with Pete and Susie Gilbert all the time. Cool. Well, please tell them hey for me. Some of my favorite people. We hang out at... Well, we typically hang out every summer at Augusta Heritage Center Bluegrass Week in Elkins, West Virginia, but obviously that didn't happen this past summer. Hi, Julie. Cool. Hi, David. Hi, Kathy. Awesome. Yep, Mule Skinner Red Rockin' Chair. That's a good version. Hi, Noah. Hi, Mike. Cool. Thank you all for picking along. Just giving some quick shout outs there. Gold Rush, this was another request, and another just great bluegrass standard instrumental that I just hadn't thought of, hadn't played it in a while, but I used to play this one all the time. Gold Rush, okay, so just I'll coach you through the changes real quick. It's all one chord in A. So there's schools of players who've learned this from the Bill Monroe version with Byron Berline on fiddle. And Byron Berline actually composed this tune, and Bill took credit for it. And then there's many folks who learned it from Tony Rice, a lot of you guitar players. So it's the same though, pretty much the same tune. And let's find a good tempo, and I will. That's a little too slow. Now, in some picking circles, you know, a lot of players would like to really rip this one and play it fast. Really check out the Monroe, original version, because it has a bounce to it. It's not a blazing fast tune. Let's just kind of put it right here. Okay, that's a nice mid-tempo, okay? And being an instrumental, as we do with the instrumentals, I will kick it off. It's easier that way to get us going. So I'll kick off the tune, and let's each play it through 3 times. So it'll go me, then you, me, you, and then you tag it after your last time, okay? Here we go. Gold Rush in the key of A. I'll kick us off. Tried to catch up with you on the tag there. Cool. Well, thanks for reminding me of that one. It had been a while. And I used to have some really neat sort of arranged breaks on this one. I'll have to go back and work those up again. Okay, another great request that came in, I'll Go Steppin Too. Now, I've always loved this song. I've hesitated to bring it into the jam because it has a certain kind of arrangement. So let's discuss that for a minute. The song itself is very simple. It's all 1 and 5. So, now don't think I'll be hanging around while you're having fun. 5. I won't sit here crying over you. From now on when you step out, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll lock the door, put out the cat, and I'll go steppin' too. Same form on the choruses. So here's how the breaks are going to go. And we'll kind of go back and forth on this. In the beginning, you're going to kick it off, and it's going to go like... Then I go. It's traded. Then you go. Then I go. Those are always traded back and forth. Usually it's the banjo and the fiddle on the Flat and Scruggs version. Earl will start it, and then Paul Warren will come in on the 5 chord. So here's how it'll go. When we kick it off, you're going to play the first part, and I will take the trade. Okay, then after the first verse and chorus, I'll start it, and then you take it. Okay, so I'll try to keep this straight and cue you. And then after the next verse and chorus, you're back starting it again, and then I'm taking the trade. Okay, so why don't we go ahead and get going on I'll Go Steppin Too. I'm going to slow this down a little bit. Tell you what I do. I'll lock the door, put out the cat. Here we go. I'll Go Steppin Too. You kick us off in the key of A. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Having fun. I won't sit here crying over you. From now on when you step out, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll lock the door, put out the cat, and I'll go steppin' too. Yes, I'll go steppin' too, my honey, I'll go steppin' too. I'll lock the door, put out the cat, and I'll go steppin' too. All started now. Come in late and you won't tell where you've been. With your hair messed up and your clothes don't fit you right. Don't start to yell if you find lipstick on me too. Then you'll know that I've been out stepping just like you. Yes, I'll go stepping too, my honey, I'll go stepping too. I'll lock the door, put out the cat, and I'll go stepping too. You started this time. fight. You tell me there are more fish in the sea, but the bait ain't what it used to be, and I got news for you. After this, when you step out, well, I'll go steppin' too. Yes, I'll go steppin' too, my honey, I'll go steppin' too. I'll lock the door, put out the cat, and I'll go steppin' too. Let's do another one, I'll start. Yes, I'll go steppin' too, my honey, I'll go steppin' too. I'll lock the door, put out the cat, and I'll go steppin' too. Fun. Cool. Well, it's kind of funny trading licks when we can't hear each other, but I hope some of those things lined up really nice. And if you stick to the melody and kind of just stick to the timing, it's all going to work out just fine. It would have been funny, though, if you were doing some real low voice thing, and then I come in with the high voice thing. Anyway, make sure you check out the version of Flat and Scruggs doing that. Okay, in the key of G, Big Sciota, Sciota. There's different pronunciations of this. I think people who are from around that area of Ohio where the Sciota River runs, I think they call it the Big Sciota. But I'm not exactly sure. It is the name of a river. And this is a tune that is well known in both old time and bluegrass circles. And it was brought into the bluegrass world, I'm pretty sure, by Russ Barenberg on that Skip Hop and Wobble album with Jerry Douglas, Russ Barenberg, Sam Bush playing the mandolin, and Edgar Meyer on bass. Great instrumental album. That's where I learned this tune from. And there's a bit of a debate as to the chords on the B part. So stand by, and I'll kind of coach you through how I play it. In the key of G, and a one, a one, a one, and 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 a one, 2, 4, and a 5, and a 1. That's how I play the A part. And the B part, I'll go da 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 da, 5, 5 to the 4, 4 to the 6 minor, 5 back to 1, 1 and a 5, 5 and a 4, 4 and a 6 minor and a 5 and a 1. So most of the old time players would switch that 6 minor and the 4. I kind of like this trajectory, the way it was on the Skip Hop and Wobble album. I kind of like this better. I think it's prettier and a little bit more fun to jam on. So Big Sciota, okay. I'll kick it off. Let's go 3 times each. Me, you, me, you, me, you. And then, you know, it's not a tune that's typically tagged, but why don't you go ahead and tag it just to work on your tags, okay? And it's just a nice bouncy kind of tune. So we'll keep it about the same tempo here, maybe just a tiny bit quicker. Here we go, Big Sciota, key of G. I'll kick it off. right. Very cool. So I know a lot of players do 1, 5, 1 on the A part. I do that sometimes, but I'm usually kind of trying to just keep it a straight. Either way is totally fine, and either way would work pretty much against each other. But I kind of just try to simplify it and streamline it, I guess. Anyway, either way, really cool tune, really fun jammer, real popular here in Colorado with the bluegrass players. How's everyone doing? David? There's the version of Big Sciota. Yep, right there. Skip, hop, and wobble. Hi, Lucy. Thanks for playing along. Yeah, I miss picking with folks, too. This is, you know... Hi, Paul. Cool. Thanks for being here. Hi, David. All right. Glad you're back. Good guitar player there, David. So... yeah, you know, this is a bit of a simulation of a jam, but for me, this is just excellent practice. You know, like I'm putting myself on the spot every week and just trying to play really clean and trying to play good rhythm, sing, go through these motions, you know, the physical motions of it. And so what I'm trying to provide is the same opportunity for you, but also a bit of kind of learning along the way, some lessons on songs and tunes you might not be familiar with, and also the accompaniment, which helps your practice. So the funny thing is, like, you're there at home and, you know, we can't all hear each other, so you could be doing whatever you want and, you know, noodling around, you know, playing anything. Like, and I really hope that you are playing some instrumental backup on the singing parts. You know, you don't have to strum rhythm all the time. You don't always have to do the appropriate, you know, bluegrass thing here. This is all for you to practice whatever you feel like practicing. So that being said, let's go up to the key of B and do this good old Stanley Brothers song called Think of What You Done. D-U-N-N, done. So, classic song. Lots of folks have covered this, of course. And the verses are like this. The verse in the kickoff would be, and a 1, and a 1, and a 5, and a 1, and a 4, and a 1, and a 5, and a 1. And the chorus goes to the 4. Is it true that I've lost you? 5. Am I not the only one? Back to the 4. For all the pain and sorrow. 1. Darling, think 5 of what you've done. Okay? 4, 1, 5, 1 on the choruses. And the kickoff will be something like... and then after the kickoff, the Stanley Brothers go right to the chorus, I believe. So why don't we do that? You're going to kick off the song, and we'll go right to a chorus. Okay? Here we go. Let's see. And let's start turning up the tempo a little bit because we got to get ready for the fast jam, which is coming right up. In about 30 minutes from now, we'll start the fast jam. So let's go ahead and have some fun with these last two songs. Here we go. Key of B, kick us off on Darling, Think of What You Done. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Is it true that I've lost you? Am I not the only one after all this pain and sorrow? Darling, think of what you Loving you has been my lifeblood. I can't believe we're really through. Is it true that I've lost you? Am I not the only one after all this pain and sorrow? Darling, think of what you've done. Play. I'll go back to old Virginia, where the mountains meet the sky. In those hills I learned to love you. Let me stay here till I die. Is it true that I've lost you? Am I not the only one after all this pain and sorrow? Darling, think of what you've done. I'll play. You play one more. Is it true that I've lost you? Am I not the only one after all this pain and sorrow? Darling, think of what you've done. Just like that. Cool, fun song. All right, we got one more song here. Hi, Jack, you're still here, still at it. Hi, Randy. She loves to hear the combo. I'm sure it must be really, really fun on your end, hearing how what you're playing works with the accompaniment. Send me a video or something if you feel like it. That might be fun to kind of hear how this goes on your end. I'm just sending it out there to you. And why don't we do this song, Ain't Gonna Work Tomorrow, and that'll close us out for the mid-tempo jam. And then I'll be back at 1/4 which will give you a little bit of time to warm up on fast tempos. Turn on that metronome and start cranking it up a little bit so we can start the fast jam. And again, I always say this, I encourage everybody, all levels, to come back for the fast jam because it gets you used to actual bluegrass tempo on a lot of these songs. And it's not a game of necessarily being able to all the time at fast tempo, but to keep that tempo in your head and simplify your playing to let the tempo remain and not let whatever technique you have slow it down. Because you're going to find yourself at a jam where there's a fast song and you don't want to just not play. Just play something simpler. And there's tricks to this. There's tricks that I've learned over the years to be able to play, at least play rhythm or a simple lead to something that's going by really fast. So I would like you to all come back and tell your friends about the fast jam. And let's go ahead and turn this one up because this is a fast song. Ain't Gonna Work Tomorrow. Let's see. What do we got here? Let's go ahead and kind of push this one up a little bit. We don't want to get too different from where we were, but this is still pretty slow for this song in my book. But let's try it here. So in the key of B, and one and a one and one and a one and a five and a one, 4 and 4 and one and a one and a five and a one. Okay, that's the song. And I might kick it off like. used to that tempo for a minute. Maybe just strum or play a few licks here. It's faster than anything we've done so far in this set. And the fast jam is going to start with Rocky Road Blues, probably slower than this. Okay, so just to give you some perspective. Okay, so go ahead and get yourself ready and kick us off on Ain't Gonna Work Tomorrow in the key of B. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Sorry, I had the other song in my head. Oh, that's part of the bluegrass dilemma, isn't it? Okay. Ain't gonna work tomorrow. Ain't gonna work tomorrow. You kick us off one more time, and I'll play the proper chords. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Country, I'm going around the world. I'm gonna leave his country for the sake of one little girl. I ain't gonna work tomorrow. I ain't gonna work next day. I ain't gonna work tomorrow, for it may be a rainy day. I'll play it. Can't you hear the banjo ringing? Can't you hear that lonesome sound? Can't you hear those pretty girls laughing over on the cocoa ground? I ain't gonna work tomorrow. I ain't gonna work next day. I ain't gonna work tomorrow, for it may be a rainy day. Play it. Alright. I'll hang my head in sorrow. I'll hang my head and cry. I'll hang my head in sorrow as my darling passes by. I ain't gonna work tomorrow. I ain't gonna work next day. I ain't gonna work tomorrow, for it may be a rainy day. Me then you. Okay, so I'm going to take a short break and come on back with another video for the Fast Jam. So please do come on back and join me, and I'll see you then.